breaking down the toes. Neither.
Signal.
Neither. Not doing it. Hello.
America. 50 a body.
I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't do it, but
Wait a minute. How does this work?
500. I think 100 for me.
So how was it training in a big city versus, I mean, kind of in a big city, but not really here?
I would say here is it's a lot more like close and tight. Like, you know, you just have like a lot of random people coming in. But it was cool. Like, I mean, being in the room with all of those guys. I mean, it's just like an environment. It's like it just forces you to get better.
I was gonna say, there's probably a lot of high level.
Yeah, you're looking at them and you're like, man, like, you know, you can get really caught up in just aspiring to be like, you know, as good as you can get. I knew coming here that like Sean would be just as good in terms of like his teaching and his training, because I watched you know, Chase compete a few times. I knew they were good with the legs. I knew that they had they liked Donner's principles of things. So I was like, this is nice. That's
probably the difference.
Yeah, I usually just stay on just like when I was taught to roll through, they were like, do not, because it'll slow the roll down.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but you're saying like a muscle.
Yeah, but the thing is even if you slow the roll down, it's fine. I'm still gonna get a look at that heel just for a second. You know what I mean? Even if you slow it down, because you can't rotate faster than me right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even if I'm on my elbow, I'm not at the mercy of your momentum. You're at the mercy of mine. I'm the one that started all that. You know what I'm saying? So as long as I go there, I have one shot at your heel. If you rotate the rest of the way through, then we'll do it again.
When you have all these, you know, like competitions coming up for a lot of the upper belts, what are your thought process for preparation for like the coming weeks? It's going to get really close.
So it just really depends on what the competitions are going to be. So like, let's say everyone, we have like all like the junior guys, all the new guys are getting ready for like a local amateur tournament. Then it's basically just on simple skill development and also like mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest thing that you learn in the beginning of competition when you're doing like amateur level tournaments is not really how to beat other guys. It's just how to beat yourself essentially. Like your anxieties, you know, having to be there on time, having to be on weight possibly, deal with like people being aggressive with you, or like maybe like having bad attitudes, or you're just learning like how to be a competitor at that level. You know, even when you're winning the expert division, you're still just learning how to be a competitor. You're not really learning these things about being like a high level competitor. For getting ready for the pro shows, what I'm doing is I'm helping the guys refine specific skill sets. They don't need help with the mindset. They don't need help with understanding they need to be training, or they need to do this many rounds, or they don't need to train like 3 days before the event hard, and like things like that. Those things they already learned at the previous stage. So now it's just about like, in this tournament, I'd like to see you push this skill set to the forefront. You know, like I'd like to see your passing a little better with inside passing, this, that, whatever. I'd like to see your guard play. I'd like to see you do this, do that. So we're trying to like broaden their skill set and just broaden their exposure to like a more refined game at the lowest level of pro. And then you have like the guys in the mid level of pro, they're doing a little bit more of that. And then you got the guys at the highest level of pro. And oftentimes by the time they get to the higher levels of pro, you know the guys that they're going to be going against, because those guys are also high level pros, you know who they are. So you can prepare them specifically for certain people in their games. You could say things like, oh, well, if it's this foot forward, or if it's that foot forward, or if I can play with this grip or that grip, here's how we're going to counter that directly. You know what I'm saying? And so like when it comes to preparing people for competition, those are the things that we have to think about.